people, and they like them. They don't want to be like you and me. Now, my husband, Willie, bless him, he owns a tire retreading factory. He retreads old, broken down tires marvelously. Marvelous. And he sells them off cheap to them blacks. And they're very grateful, and it suits them very well, and I will tell you why. I will. You see, because of this very low standard of living they've got, they've only got an average life expectancy of 32 years. So you see, it stands to reason they've got different safety standards to us. You see? It's all relative, isn't it? Educate them, I hear. Listen. They're not interested in reading and writing. They're not. I mean, if you gave them paper, they'd only use it for goodness knows what. And they would stick the pencils through their noses. No. The only classes they need are to learn to talk properly, to be polite, and to wash because they smell. Oh, I can hear you now. What prejudice, eh? Ah, listen. Now listen. Maybe we smell to them. Have you ever thought of that? I mean, instead of you going into a room they've just cleaned on a hot sunny morning and thinking, Christ, where's the aerosol? Maybe they go in to clean the room, nearly faint from the white palm. You see? Now, that's not prejudice, that's sympathetic understanding. Now, I must say, I've got a girl, Maisie, works. When I say girl, but, you know, it's jolly hard to tell how old they are, you know, because they don't look after themselves like we do, you know. Their teeth fall out and so on. I don't think that climate really suits them. But, boys, Maisie got an easy life. She's got free board and lodging. She's got no money worries to speak of because I don't pay her enough to give her those problems. All she's got to do for me in return is bring me a cup of tea 7 o'clock in the morning and tidy up a bit. And then what? Clean the shoes, make the breakfast and polish the veranda. And then what? Well, the beds, the laundry, the shopping, the lunch, the ironing, the tea. Then she cleans the silver, cleans the windows, does the garden, mows the lawn, fells a few trees. Counts it, gets it dinner ready, changes a nice little frilly white apron, serves the drink, serves the dinner, clears away, washes, and that's it. And then she sits. She does, she just sits, mind you, while I've got to entertain. I've even caught her nodding off at the kitchen table. You see, they would be at a loss if we didn't keep them occupied. And like my mother says, you know, time on your hands stimulates glands. And heaven knows there's more than enough of them already, eh? I can tell you're beginning to see my point of view. And that's so rewarding. It really is, because I've got a little favour to ask you. It's not a lot, little favour. I just wish you'd be nicer to South Africa. I do really. I said, you've got to remember, you see, that you are a very old country with a lot of history behind you, but nothing much to look forward to. It's all happened to you already, you see. But we've got it all coming to us. Very soon. Well, you know, I can only do Kitty in these. It's true. It may well be because they're black and white. I don't know. It's possible. You ask me today, my 86th birthday, what has the ballet given to me? To me, Dame Katya Nikerzov. Or as I later became known, Pushova. I will tell you. I was born in Omsk in 1896. The same year my father, Serge Anurak, met my mother, Nida Pulova. They were a very close-knit couple. When I was a mere slip of the tongue, just a child of 17, I remember I was sitting quietly one evening with my mother. I was feeling relaxed and happy. Well, I had just been to the Urals. When my father walked through the door, my mother looked up and said, "Why don't you look where you're going?" Bolshoi was what he said. And soon we found ourselves sitting in the orchestra stalls watching a performance of Coppelia. It was my first taste of the ballet. I was enchanted. What particularly caught my eye was the performance of the male lead, Sergei Burgess. In his body-hugging tights, he was quite outstanding. How I admired his hidden virtuosity. I longed to play with him, but I realized I would have to learn to dance first. So, I enrolled to the Vladivostok School of Dance and Ways of Making You Walk. The principal was named Katya Galina Baryshnikov, KGB for short, but not for long. There I learned the first position, then on to the second, the third, the fourth, and of course the wonderful fifth. And all this time I was working my way through the plie, the jeté, the fouetté, the pas de chat. What a canteen that was. I went through the chorus, the corps de ballet, the understudies. It was exhausting but most enjoyable. And of course, the harder things became, the more I enjoyed them. But you know, I had my moments of doubt. Some nights I would stand in the wings and listen to the audience and wonder, would it ever be my turn to get the clap? And then I was invited to join a touring company. My dream had come true. One-night stands all over Russia. Those were wonderful days. The sheer grind of performance again and again, time after time, and then at night, the theater. You know, I became particularly close to the choreographer. I think what attracted me was the rippling deltoids, the incredible biceps, but most of all, the gleaming smile beneath that luxuriant mustache. She and I became firm friends. It was through her, you know, I met the legendary Vladimir Shivalyakov, which is Russian for stallion, but more of that in a moment, as he used to say to me. Oh, the great names that come back to me. Ashton, Helpman, Nureyev, great partners. I only wish I danced with them as well. And, of course, Nijinsky. Nijinsky. The greatest jump I have ever experienced. When he went up, he went up. Just to think of it brings tears to my eyes. When you ask me, what has the ballet given to me? I will tell you. Endless pleasure. 17 grandchildren. And a funny walk. Oh, no. We've cut the Kate Bush medley, haven't we? So I'll do a bit. I'll do a twig of Kate Bush. Shucks, it was nothing. Now, listen, I must tell you, one of the things, or another of the things I'm not going to do tonight is a piece of mime. And, well, the reason for that is I can't. No, but apart from that, I must tell you that before I knock it, that I think people who do mime are wonderful and clever. You know, wonderful. The only trouble is I've never actually got along with mime. I mean, I've never understood what they were on about. You know, I mean, I've always assumed people who do mime are going to do situations we can all identify with, you know, everyday situations. How many times do you get caught in a little glass box you can't get out of? Funnily enough, only yesterday. I thought. It can apply. It's been, oh, such fun. Aren't I just a lucky one? The time has simply flown. Can't wait to be alone. What was that? What did you say? Sorry, I was miles away.
make plans, I'll just give you a call. Call you a chauvinist, call you a bore. When we were married, you called me a whore. Oh, quelle surprise. His hands between my knees. It's his subtle way to show what's on his mind. Dear God, I would have to be deaf, dumb, and blind. Do you know, I never will understand men as a race. The way they behave is a bloody disgrace. I married this idiot, should have known better. He can't do addition, he can't write a letter, but so good in bed that I married the book, then realized it was me doing the work. I ironed his shirts and I darned all his socks. I wore sexy undies and elegant frocks, while he sat about in his white ransom belly and goggled at garbage produced on the telly. I'd finally had it to hear all the way. So I said to my best friend, who's splendidly gay, I'm leaving him going, he said, about time. As a matter of fact, I'm not bitchy, but I'm about to reveal what I've known all along. He's having a passionate affair with Yvonne. Yvonne? Oh. Affair with Yvonne, what a salt, what a swine, what a blankety blank. Well, they censored that line, so I left him. Since when life's been fine? Well, when I say fine, I mean fine to be free, free to go anywhere, free to be me, free to do anything or anyone. Trouble is, most of it never got done. I just sat on my butt and I thought of my fate, and I realized how much I needed a mate. Began to regret that I'd left him, although he's a sod, still it's best for the devil, you know. And he called me and asked if I'd come out to dine, and I'm here on my knees and his hands intertwine. I must say, in spite of it all, he's got charm. We may be divorced, but so what? Where's the harm? It may be frustration, it may be the wine. The hell, who cares? Your place or mine?
Oh, you are kind, but do you mind awfully if I light my own? No, don't think me rude, dear. It's just a little wrinkle I picked up from Princess Margaret. Not personally. Not personally. No. The thing is, a very good friend of mine happens to gravitate in her outer circle, and so, of course, he picks up an awful lot. And apparently she invariably lights her own. Apparently she used to gain fear and trembling of some well-meaning admirer's style of things singeing her eyebrows. Of course, as soon as I heard that, I was off. I was away. I thought, oh, my God. I have nightmares about it now, I do. Because it must be dreadful, mustn't it, losing one's eyebrows? Same as that friend of ours, didn't it, Johnny Bruno? harnessed at the old hot box. You remember the old hot box? Yes, you do. Jermyn Street. Ever so good he was. You name it, he could play it. And he was prone to these hidden anxieties style of thing, which of course he kept bottled up. And so, of course, what happens is one morning he wakes up and finds all his hair on the pillow. Armpits and all. He thought it was the stuffing out of the mattress at first. Thought he'd been clawing at it in his sleep. Got a head like an egg now, haven't it, Johnny? There's a word for it. No, not bald, silly devil. No. No, medical one. Allah. He does small parts on TV now, doesn't it, Johnny? When he can get the work. Villain style of thing. Oh, that's very sweet of you. I was drinking Gordon's. None of your large ones this time, Johnny, just an ordinary double. No, because I'm afraid I started rather early today. Some kind person got me going on champagne cocktails at lunchtime, didn't they, Johnny? Still, it's not your birthday every day, is it? And I shan't tell you my age either. Mind you, I'm not as old as I felt this morning, I kid you not. God, I thought I'm going to die. I did. I thought you've ever done it this time, Margie. Still, if you can't ever do it today, on your birthday, when can you ever do it? Cheers. Chin chin. Here's one for you, Johnny, for 10 points. Who always used to say chin chin? Mickey. Mickey, his name was. Used to be a head commissioner at the Baggett. The old Bagatelle Club, oh, ever so well known in its day. Only I'll tell you what I liked about Mickey. Down here, when he'd come in for his scotch and lemon, wouldn't it, Johnny? It would always be a case of, oh, hello, Margot. How's the lovely Margot? Give Margot her favourite tipple style of thing. Whereas if he was on duty, and I happened to be escorted through the door of that Bagatelle Club, it would always be, oh, good evening, Mrs. Lockett. How are you this evening, Mrs. Lockett? Long time no see, Mrs. Lockett. He was, what was the word? Not punctual, punctilious style of thing. Salutaire. Cheers. Cheers, my dears. What Clary used to say, isn't it, Johnny? Cheers, my dears. Oh, she was a character. Before she died, it was something very painful, wasn't it, Johnny? Oh, I tell you who I bumped into now Chelsea Barracks on Saturday, Johnny. Mario, how's that for a blast from the past? Oh, big friend of mine, Mario used to. Well, when I say friend, he was head waiter at the Piccadilly Club years and years ago. He still remembered me, though. He said, don't tell me it's Mrs. Peters. Straight off after all those years. Ooh, you are quick on the uptake, aren't you? You're quite correct, my dear. I was Mrs. Lockett in, shall we say, previous existence style thing. But now I'm Mrs. Peters. In name only, I hasten to add. God, he was a bastard, wasn't he, Johnny? No, dear, 2 was enough. I'm all on my lonesome now. Not for my teddy bear. Mustn't forget my family of teddy bears. Oh, I've got teddy bears from all over the shop, all ranged on the put-you-up. Let me see, I've got one from the hot box, one from the Stork Club, 3 from the Pig Owl. Oh, all the famous clubs. I never left without my teddy bear. Of course, they're all closed now. Even the talk of the town, that's gone. Not There's some nice places, style of thing, if you know where to look. Now, just round the corner from where I am, there's a very nice supper club, the Bengal Lancers. As luck would have it, I do know the doorman. And it couldn't be more convenient to come out of the Bengal Lancers and practically fall into my garden flat. So, there's no doubt where I shall finish up this evening. How about you? Oh, Basingstoke's very nice. Oh, bye. Well, I do hope we meet again, my dear. Good night. Oh, and thanks for the gin. Just a little one, John. Oh, and I'll have a quarter of a bottle to take back with me. No, I won't. I'll have half a bottle. The party style thing. Me and my little teddy bears. Cheers, my dears. Inside of a lion, and it's very dark in here. So please excuse the mumbled words that may not be too clear. But this afternoon, by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near. So I'm singing these songs from inside of a lion, and it's very dark in here, and cold, and lonely, and wet, and sad.
Do you know, I don't know where I learned that. Absolutely no idea. I seem to have known it all my life. I like to think it's Victorian because